Welcome to episode 312 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Good morning.
Good morning. We got Gerald back on the wheels of steel.
I'll be running the show.
Producer Gerald back behind the glass. Full house this morning. Not to be confused with Fuller House. A Netflix original.
A Netflix original. Do you watch it?
Yeah, sometimes. It's a good show to put on when I'm doing something else.
When you don't have to pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
If I'm building like a Labo or I've got laundry going or I'm cleaning the kitchen or something, I'll just put that on, and then when I walk through the living room, I stop and I'm like, what's happening?
I agree.
Yeah. Every now and then a show like that's just nice.
Yeah, just to put on and not have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have it, you can come and go as you please. You don't have to pause it to go get something to eat. You can just go get something to eat, make yourself some toast or an English muffin, bowl of cereal, come back and sit down. You didn't miss anything. You know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's all fun, love, and humor that'll work out every episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's a place for that.
No doubt. That's why sitcoms are popular.
And I think that's why you see Netflix spend so much money keeping Friends and stuff like that on there.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you how many people I know who put Friends on all the time and don't watch it. They just let it go in the background.
I don't know anybody who does that, but I can definitely see how it happened. I mean, a lot of times, obviously Fuller House is different, but a lot of times those are shows you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you enjoyed, so you're just replaying them and doing shit in between. It's just like background TV.
That's what I put a lot of podcasts on during that time. There's some podcasts that I don't need to pay attention to because I don't actually care. But I have put myself at a point where I don't really care for silence, and I used to love silence. Now, if it's too quiet, I'll put a podcast on and just let it play.
I see. I don't have any podcasts like that. I need to pay attention to all the podcasts I listen to.
Yeah, I've got a couple that are. I don't want to call them throwaway because that's not fair, but there's episodes I care more about some than others, so I'll just put them on an episode I don't care about if I know I'm busy. And
what I find I do with my podcasts is I have a few different podcasts I listen to. Probably not as many as you. But I will actually find myself going back and re-listening to old episodes that...
Yeah, see, I never go back. I'm always looking forward. That's why I've got to have some that I don't care about.
Not me.
I have thought about going back through, like, Serial. It's been long enough. I could probably go back through S-Town.
Well, everything I listen to is always a standalone episode about something. So, you know, when I listen to Junk Food Cinema, it's always about a movie each week. It's usually themed. So I'll go back to one I'm like, ooh, that Die Hard episode is from a year ago. I'll listen to that again. That one was pretty good. And it's a movie I love.
Yeah,
so I have that kind of thing.
I have the benefit of having the memory of a goldfish, so anything that's a year old, I won't even remember anything about it at all. So it'll be brand new to me. I would listen to it and go, this is a good episode. Which is probably the same thing I said a year ago.
Because I just find it very, it's very time consuming to search for podcasts that suit me and my interests.
Yeah.
Because it's always, it's very general. The podcasts are very general, you know?
But they're very accessible too. So because I don't really have a thing when it comes to podcasts, I'll search and just see kind of what's popular, what's trending, and then from there I'll use the people who listen to this also listen to this feature. Yeah, and I'll just grab 5 or 6 of them and I'll play them, and it's kind of like stand up for me. If I start a stand up or if I start a podcast and I don't like it 5 minutes in, I just stop.
Right.
Delete. Thanks. You know, I love that entertainment exists, but if I don't like it, I'm like, okay, no, not for me.
Not for me. I get it. Yeah, no. About the only things I listen to are recommendations or stuff or something that someone talks about on a podcast I listen to.
Yeah. That's a good way to find them too.
So that's how I got into 80s All Over, is because they talked about it on Junk Food Cinema.
Yeah, you should listen to Knockback. I think you'll like that one a lot.
Knockback is what?
It's Colin Moriarty and his brother Dagan. It's their nostalgia inspired like retro show about their childhood, and they pick just different topics.
Yeah, I should listen. I probably would enjoy that one.
You may not like them all, but I think you'll like certain episodes, and it's just fun to hear two people who grew up together, who are from different. I mean, he's like 10 years older. Dagan's like 10 years older than Colin, so you get different perspective. But it's neat to hear two people. Like, there's some episodes I don't care about, and I still find enjoyment in them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, listen to more podcasts if you're listening to this. That's what this show's about. It's about inspiring people.
You can just listen to ours a lot.
That's
could fine too.
You could.
That works too.
I could listen to ours from 6 months ago and not remember anything on them. So.
Oh, I could too. I could probably listen to one from 3 weeks ago and not remember anything on them.
Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for celebrating a new year with us.
It almost sounds like you're wrapping up.
I'm starting up. The thing about this, the startup, the wind up, it's a lot like the finish, the close. The pacing, the cadence, they're very similar. But thanks for kicking off a new year with us. We wish the best for you and yours in 2019. If you had a shitty 2018, maybe 2019 will be better. If you had a great 2019 or 2018, maybe you'll keep that a rolling.
2019 will still be better.
Yeah. You hear my stomach's making a lot of noise.
I don't, but I do want to go give a quick shout out to Teddy Roosevelt. Today is the 100th year of his death anniversary.
Teddy R.
Getting
a shout out.
The only president that matters.
Wow, I don't know if that's true.
In my world.
Number one in our hearts, maybe, but I don't know if the only one that matters is...
Probably. No, I feel like probably all 45 of them matter.
Yeah. The weird thing about president is it's one of those jobs that you can remember for how well you did it or how poorly you did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you landed somewhere in the middle, no one even remembers that you were president.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You can throw out some names and people are like, who's that? What's up with that?
Martin Van Buren, for example.
Now, before we get started with this episode, I want to... we did our Game of the Year stuff.
Our Swellness Awards.
Our Swellness Awards last week. And we did tell anybody if they sent us theirs, we would read it on the show. And I think Matt sent us one over.
I believe he did. Do you have it?
I did have it pulled up, but my phone's acting a little silly.
Oh, no.
And it reset me, so I'm scrolling. Here, I've got it now. Through a bunch of vile internet stuff to find it.
There you go.
So he did every category, so we're going to run through his real quick. Best Indie, he did Dead Cells, with honorable mentions of Moonlighter and Mutant Year Zero. Best Music, Moonlighter, with honorable mention for God of War and Red Dead 2. Best Multiplayer, he did Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, with an honorable mention for Firewall. Best VR, he did Zone of the Enders Mars, with a nod to Astrobot, Firewall, and Tetris Effect. Most influential, he did Fortnite Battle Royale as a genre, with a nod to Labo and God of War. Most disappointing, he did my Game of the Year, Detroit Become Human, and with a nod to Red Dead and Metal Gear Survive. Semi-Chub of the Year, he did Mutant Year Zero. That's free on Game Pass, too, and it's free on Vita for January. So
yes,
that's an accessible game. His nods for Semi-Chub were God of War and Dead Cells. As most anticipated for 2019, no shock here, Death Stranding, with a potential nod to Ghost of Tsushima, RE2 remake, and The Last of Us 2, which I am firmly convinced will not come out in 2019.
Me too.
And his swellest game of the year was Moonlighter. So I think that's the only one that was sent to us. I don't want to leave anybody out. Is that what you saw too?
That's all I remember seeing, yes.
Okay. So thanks for that. You guys aren't too late. If you want to send something over to us, feel free to. But we're going to continue. We're gonna move forward into this new year, the 2019. And I feel pretty comfortable saying it will be our best year.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it would be.
Yeah. 2019 will be the best year we've ever had as a show. I'm excited about the things we're working on. Excited to have Gerald here. It's going to be a good year. Nothing to add? Want to add anything?
I'm not. I'm watching this stupid video.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in that. That's disturbing.
I don't like that. Gerald, you're about to... Remember how we said 2019 was going to be great? You're about to fuck that all up for yourself.
That looked like one of those dolls that you could have sex with.
I don't need that in my world.
Yeah. He looked like... who's the Jerry Springer's bodyguard? Steve Wilcox?
Oh, yeah, Steve. He didn't look like... It looked like somebody made a mold of Steve's head.
Is that his name? Wilcox? That's not
I don't know. Sure. He had his own show at one point.
The Steve Wilcox Show.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wilcox. It looked like a sex doll, a real doll of Steve. Maybe it's Wilco. It's Steve, though. It's definitely Steve. Still Steve Wilco's.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Yeah, didn't it? See, look at that picture right there to the right. It looks just like that sex doll without teeth.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Without teeth and eyeballs.
Yeah, it's like somebody made a Steve Wilco's real doll. Oh, man, dude, that second picture, that mugshot?
Yep.
For sure. Shout out to that guy.
That's him.
I don't think he has a show anymore. I think he had a car wreck or something, got a DUI, and they might have shut that down.
I never paid attention to any of those anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, if this is your first time joining us, thanks. Thanks for making us a part of your 2019. And thanks for being a swell pal. A friend.
A bud.
Yeah, but and more than an acquaintance.
Buddy.
A buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Man, this is the second Pauly Shore reference I've encountered in the last week, and I am uncomfortable with it. Poor Pauly Shore.
He's still somewhere, right?
Yeah, I think he's mostly just a part of the Comedy Store. Now that his mother passed away.
I'll tell you what, that Son-in-Law movie was a good movie. I don't care who you are.
It wasn't.
It's a fun movie to watch. It wasn't good. It's fun to watch. There's a difference between good and fun, and they are not related.
I'm not mad at him for falling into that and running with it. I'm just upset that he never really found traction after that.
You think he should have?
Yeah, I'd like to see him in like a gritty drama that I thought was good. I'm sure he's done one that I haven't seen. Please don't let us know.
He did Biodome.
Okay. Since it's been brought up, I'll just say I like Jury Duty. That's my favorite Pauly Shore movie.
I know, we discussed this.
Yeah, just want everybody out there to know.
My favorite one is Son-in-Law.
It's a better movie, but there's something about Jury Duty.
Well, I am a huge Carla Gugino fan, so that helps.
God, look at young Brendan Fraser.
I forgot he was in Encino, man.
Gosh, look how young he is.
Yeah.
He's like 13.
He's not 13.
God, he's big, too.
He's always big. He was always tall.
Look how big he is. That's pretty much the expression he still carries through today also. All right. We've probably played a fair amount of games since the last time we recapped it. We'll probably forget about half of them here. But I'll kick us off. And I want to give a shout out, a nod to Subnautica. I wish I had played it before rolling out some of my Game of the Year stuff, because it probably would have had a spot, if not at least an honorable mention. I really love Subnautica. Like, I'm into that game.
Been spending some time with it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I've crossed the 10-hour mark. It's super good. It's hard to explain. It's sort of like Minecraft in that you're building stuff and you don't exactly know what you need to build it. It's sort of an ocean, like a walking simulator, but you're swimming. It's also sort of a survival sim because you can suffocate, you have to eat and drink. I have that feature turned off. You do have to come up for air, though. I don't need to eat and drink. That seems like that'll piss me off. But you do have to come up for air, and it's a balance of you want to keep exploring, but you have to go get air. So you swim up, you get air, and then when you can't figure out where you were, or you're in a cave system and you get confused about the way out. And the ocean is also the most disturbing place on Earth at night. So you get too far away, the sun goes down, now you can't see anything. It gets really loud at night, you hear just noises. It's uncomfortable. I've not had anything come at me at night, but it's just really uncomfortable. And it seems very well made. It looks great. It plays great. I've had no issues. There's some frame rate stuff when you pop out of the water. But, the game is new to consoles, so I'm sure they're working on the optimization for that. But I really like that game, and I suggest it for anybody who is into that kind of game. Watch a couple videos on it. It's also not a full price game. I think it's like $40 or $30.
Mm-hmm.
So it's available digital or physical, and I'm very pleasantly surprised and pleased.
You've been
with that
playing
game.
it a lot,
So also done a lot more Rocket League. We've done some VR stuff. We did some Firewall. We did some. I did something else. Oh, some Rec Room. We played. I played a fair amount of Steep, which we'll talk about a little later. Steep's fine. It's an okay time. It gave me something for participating in the beta.
I got it too.
I don't remember playing the beta though.
Me either.
So weird. I got on last night and it was like, hey, here's the thing for playing the beta. I'm like, who? Huh? Okay.
Hey, it's free stuff, man.
I couldn't find it though. I don't even know what it was called because I was so confused that I got it.
I think it's one of the hats.
Oh, I need to find that hat and put it on. Steep's a fun game to mess around with. I think it'd be fun with your friends. It's kind of like Trials. It's neat to go in and try to beat your friends' scores or times or things like that. But it probably has no staying power with me. I'm going to say little to none.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure I've played more Smash Brothers. I completed all the main builds for the Labo variety pack finally. So I am about to move over to the vehicle pack, and I'm pretty excited about it. The piano was an awesome build that took probably close to 3 hours. And it's super cool, and I don't know what to do with it now that I built it, but I really, really like the piano. It was
now
fun.
you make music. That's what pianos are for.
I'm not the guy to make music, though.
I agree.
Not because I don't want to. It's just not in my skill set. Not in my wheelhouse, as some people say. It's not in my wheelhouse. But that vehicle pack I'm excited about. Look at that. Look how good that looks.
I see that.
That's a submarine control, and I can't tell you that doesn't look accurate as a real one, but that's left or right. We are a submarine control, a steering wheel, and then a flight stick, which looks like a double also as a sex toy.
Yes. They could probably all be sex toys if you really wanted anything to be a sex toy.
Yeah, I was about to say,
have
if
the
you're creative
wherewithal
enough, the world is your toy. But nonetheless, I'm excited about jumping into that. I probably forgot a ton of things that I played, but it was a very packed. I played a lot of NASCAR Heat 3. Again, shout out to Marshall 205 for hooking me up with that. That game is fun with friends also.
I have not played near as much as you have, but I did play some. I also played Steep, and I am about where you are with it. It's a good enough time. It's nothing I need to sink hours into. It's fun to shit kick around in, I guess. It would probably be pretty neat with friends, but I haven't played with friends.
Mm-hmm.
I played the other free game. Was it Portal Heroes? Portal Kings?
Portal Knights, I think.
Portal Knights. Yep. We can. There's not much to say about that. That is not what I would classify as a good game. That is Minecraft with even more control problems.
I look forward to trying that game, but I could immediately tell from watching the trailer that you were not going to have a good time with that. That does not look like your thing.
It controls. It constantly lags.
Mm.
There's a lot of issues going on with it. Sometimes it's hard to see the enemies. It's I can see where the fun is with what they were trying to do with it. They were trying to kind of give Minecraft a bit of an upgrade, but it's going nowhere fast for me.
It looks like a Minecraft and a Dragon Quest Builders kind of
Yeah, it's like a mix of
Yeah.
the two. Which are, two genres that do nothing for me. Some more Rocket League, of course. Rocket Bass. Played some, what's the game I'm trying to think of? Life is Strange 2. Played through some more of that because the next episode's coming out. And then for the big surprise, after talking about it last week, I decided, you know what? It's time. Time to pull the trigger. So I went out and I pre-ordered my copy of The Division 2. And considering I'm such a big fan of the game, I'm getting that Steelbook Ultimate Edition with all the goodies. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to want to be able to step into this game and remember what's going on. So, I got back into The Division. I played yesterday for about 6 hours.
Yeah, I got online last night and saw you were playing The Division, and I was like, Huh.
Nah. Yeah, it was a good time.
Oh, look at that. Did you get that?
I did not. It's not available anymore.
Oh, Dark Zone Definitive. He's got what looks like is that a flare gun?
That's a flare gun.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking little statue. I've tried really hard to stay away from the collector's editions. I don't have space for them anymore. I'm getting older,
Mm-hmm.
But I went to a discount store yesterday, and I walked in, and right in the front they had We Happy Few Time Capsule Edition. I was like, getting that. I don't even give a damn about playing that game. So then I pumped the brakes. I got on Amazon. I saw what was in there. I saw the price on it, and I walked away, no problem. It doesn't even include the game, or it didn't appear to.
Right.
But I don't know. Those things still excite me in my core, in my loins.
Oh yeah. When I go into any game store, I go in and I look at all the ones that they have to see what's on sale.
Yeah. See, so this time capsule, it comes with a bunch of. So that first picture there, it's got that mask, which I think is cool. It also has that little light, that little Tetris looking thing is actually like a LED sign.
Yeah.
Which I think is neat. And there's some posters. There's a vinyl in there. And there's a little alarm clock that's kind of neat that I would never use, but I don't know. It just gets the blood boiling. I was excited about it.
I get it.
You look smashing is what that sign says, which I like.
You look smashing.
Yeah. And then that mask is creepy and neat. And that little alarm clock is cool looking too, but it's the one that reminds you to take your bliss or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what they call it. It's from a different game, but your happy
pills.
pills.
No, bliss is from Far Cry 5.
Yeah. It reminds you to take it, so... in the game, I don't know about. I think it's just an alarm clock in RL, real life.
Take your meds.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So you picked that up for a good deal?
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No, I immediately knew that I didn't need to. It was $60-something, like $62, and I think originally it was $150, and I think you could pick it up on Amazon for like $100 now. No, I did the adult thing, the responsible thing, and I bought a robot that mops my floor instead.
That's.
You
know. I finally got a robot vacuum.
Yeah, I was telling Howard last night how happy I am that most people who I consider myself friends with now have a robot cleaning their home and can talk to their house. And that's for anyone that knows me, that's a future that I have embraced, and I'm excited to share it with the people that I actually like in this world.
Yep.
So.
That's nice, too, because, when I first started getting into the smart home stuff, I've been wanting to do it for a while.
Yeah.
But I was like, my wife's probably not going to be on board. And she wasn't at first. But she's starting to get it. She's starting to see how cool it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I would do differently if I started over today. But I absolutely love that stuff. And I'm still, like, that stuff is... almost like video games. Like every time I see a new gadget, like I get excited.
Ooh, yep.
Even about like dumb stuff. Like they have like a little desk fan that looks like an old one with like metal blades on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a smart fan, and I really dig that thing. But it's like $80, and I'm like, you could just plug any fan into a smart outlet,
right?
But there's something about that little fan and knowing like it's all ready to go itself.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. So if you search for, see that fourth one right there, that fourth one that's the robot vacuum that I want. right there because it empties itself.
Oh, yes.
That little bastard is amazing. When it's full, it goes back, it sucks all the shit out of it, and then it goes and does its thing even more. That's the Roomba 7 Plus.
Yeah, for the low price of $1,100.
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah.
I caught the Brava 380T. That's the mopping robot that I bought. I caught it for half off at a place, and it was brand new. So,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's still too expensive, but at least it was half price. So, things normally $300. I got it for $150.
Yeah, I got the D-Bot 79S.
Can you pull that one up? I don't know what that one is. You were talking about it last night. The D-Bot?
D-Bot N79S.
N79.
No, it's DEE. There we go.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet. I assume it's round and looks like all the others. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's the I believe it's the third one right there.
Yeah, it looks like every robot that vacuums.
Yeah.
Samsung's has a weird shape where it's like kind of flat on the front and round on the back, and all the rest of them look exactly the same.
Yeah, Samsung's does it that way. I can't see. Is that the N79S? Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Yep, that's it.
Yep. Well, no, that's the N79. The N79S is the same thing, only has smart home functionality.
Oh, okay. These don't. These are just going to go. So my mop doesn't have smart home stuff either, even though it's the upgraded one. The cheaper version has smart home stuff, and the nice one doesn't.
Huh, that's weird. No, the N79S does. And I got that for a good deal because apparently someone got 2 for Christmas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And was selling one for $80.
So my vacuum, it just drives around the house and bangs into shit, and when it bangs into something, it goes a different direction. There's no rhyme or reason to the pattern that it chooses, just fucking chaos, but it will eventually vacuum the whole floor.
Right.
My mop, however, comes with a little sensor that maps the ceiling, and it knows the exact size of the room, and it will not leave the room. And it also is super smart. Like, when it drives up to something, it slows down, and it will very, very, very slowly inch forward until it touches it with one of its sensor, and then it'll back up, and and it keeps on until it maps it and figures out where that thing is. And it makes almost no noise, unlike my vacuum, which is very noisy. The mopping robot
my vacuum's noisy too.
It's like silent.
Dog and cat seem to love it. I just played with it a little bit yesterday, and they're a little freaked out.
Yeah, my cat's a big fan of it. She just walks beside it, and every now and then she'll smack it. The dogs do not like it at all, but I'm a big fan of it, and I really like our friend Marshall 205 Howard did his best to talk me out of this mopping robot, and he was wrong. He was wrong.
Why did he try to talk you out of it?
He said that people always return them because they say they don't work well, like they won't pick up any spills or anything. They're not spill bots.
Right.
They are designed to, you put a pad on it, you let it go, and it sweeps your floor, and then you take it off and you put the wet pad on it and you put it on and it mops.
Right. It's a Swiffer. It's basically an automatic Swiffer.
Yeah. The new one, see that? So that fourth one over at the top there, the black one right there. So that's the one I got. It's cool too because it actually it's not chaos. It uses a pattern. So you set it in the middle of the floor, it goes all the way right, and when it finishes, it goes all the way back left and goes and finishes the whole floor.
See, now my D-Bot you can actually program to like start at a center point and just go in a circle slowly around the room.
See, mine will do like a spot that way where it does the circle where it unwinds itself and then winds itself back up, but it won't do the whole floor that way. Mine's just chaos. It just bangs around. It does a good job, but it's weird.
Yeah, I'm sure mine's going to work in chaos too. I'm hoping there's a sensor where it realizes parts it's already hit.
Yeah, see, my vacuum does not.
I would imagine it probably doesn't.
But my mop does, and it's really neat to watch it work. It's way smarter than my vacuum. I could tell immediately. And the way it moves is smarter. My vacuum's like fucking sucking stuff up and just, going to it hits the couch and then turns and hits the couch and then turns and hits the couch. I'm like, what are you doing? The mop is not like that. The mop is sophisticated. It's a classy mop.
Highfalutin.
Yeah. I named it Mopzilla on the website, which I'm sure they appreciated.
Mopzilla?
Yeah. It was a toss-up between Mopzilla and Suckosaurus Rex, and I went with Mopzilla.
I don't know. Suckosaurus Rex would have been good.
Yeah. Well, because I eventually want that vacuum that empties itself, and I want to reserve for Suckosaurus Rex is what I want to name that.
Gotcha.
So I have Mobzilla and Suckosaurus Rex whenever I finally get the... It's just too expensive right now, so...
Yeah, $1,100, you think?
Yeah.
How often do you have to empty yours?
Like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So I could... And same thing with the mop, and I know everyone's enjoying this. Is riveting stuff for everybody else. But I don't care. It's what happens when you get your own show. I will take a vacuum, and I will do my entire house, a real legitimate vacuum.
Uh-huh.
I will empty the Roomba out, nothing in it, and I will start it. It'll run for 30 minutes, and that whole canister will be totally full. I'm like, where are you getting it from? I don't even understand.
That's cool. That means it's finding spots.
So yesterday, I get the mopping one out. We've got tile in the kitchen, so I drop my vacuum all the way down to the lowest setting, and I go over that floor. Mm-hmm. Then I sweep the entire floor for everything. Mm-hmm. I do baseboards. I take the pipe around. I do everything. I get this floor pretty good to mop. And then when I open the robot, I realize it also sweeps. So I put the sweeping pad on there just for the hell of it to see how it did. It runs for like 45 minutes and then tells me it's done. I go look at it, totally covered. I'm like, where? I don't know. Where?
That's how dirt works.
I spent a good 30 minutes myself cleaning.
Now you don't have to.
And it found useless. All that. See? Then I put the mop on, and the mop did a tremendous job. So any haters out there, all I will say is I had a very good experience with it. And also the one that I have has reusable, and maybe they both do, I don't know. They have reusable pads, so you don't have to constantly buy new shit for it. You just throw them in the washer.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a wet and a dry, nice. Yeah, and it says they're good for hundreds of uses each. The only thing you have to buy are these little wick pads, and they're like a 5-pack is $5, so it's very cheap to keep running. Unlike the Roomba, the vacuum, which you have to buy the new heads for all the time.
New brushes?
Not all the time, but yeah, the thing that spins that gets the baseboard, the rubber thing that picks it up, and the brush that actually gets it.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky enough to get them at the Give Me a 5 store all the time. I find like 20 packs there, and I just keep them in the closet, and I've got a whole bunch. But yeah, I love the robot stuff. I love that you guys are getting smart home stuff. I love that Howard was trying to tell me a story last night, and he accidentally said Alexa, and his house is talking to him, and I'm like, welcome to the party. So
that's what's kind of cool about, like right now I just have Google set up in my bedroom, and I have another one of the spots, whatever they're called,
the minis.
The minis that I have to set up somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. But since I have an Android phone, I can also just control everything off my phone.
I think.
I'll be upstairs and I'll be like, "Hey Google, turn the lights off," because that's where the mini is. Mm-hmm. So like, you got it, turning off 3 bedroom lights. Then there's a light come from somewhere. And like, what the fuck? God damn it! She didn't turn the TV off. Hey Google, turn the TV off. You got it, turning off your Roku.
I think the kitchen is a really good place for one. I like having one in the kitchen a lot. If I had 2, I would put one there.
Like for what though?
So all of my timers, I do every timer through it. So I'll be like, hey, set a timer for cheese sticks for 8 minutes. She's like, setting a cheese stick timer, and I'm like, hey, set another timer for whatever other shit that I'm eating that needs to cook. And have that timer set, and then I add to the grocery list. So I'll get milk out. It'll be the last milk. So I'm like, hey, add milk to the shopping list. She's like, milk's on the shopping list. Which with Echo is, and I'm sure it's the same way for Google Home, it's visible to everybody who has the app. So my whole household can access what we need. And when one person takes it off, it removes it from everybody's list. And you do all that from the app. And I like that a whole lot. I also have we don't use this, but I also have the Echo Wand, which allows you to actually, it's got a barcode scanner on it. You can just scan whatever and it'll automatically add it. I really enjoy it in the kitchen. Recipes. I have the one that has a screen on it, so I can pull up recipes, play videos. Yeah,
I think I want to get that one.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still on sale, but those are pretty reasonably priced. The hubs.
I think I saw $89 somewhere. Yeah,
they're pretty reasonably priced. I've said it before, and I think I've said it before on here. I don't have my preference is strictly just based off of I had the Echo before I had the Google Homes.
Right.
I think they're both pretty good. And I just embrace anyone that will get either one of them. And I actually have them both, and I don't have my Google Homes hooked up, but they came free with. I think Nest products are really good, and Google gives away a lot of Google Home stuff with Nest products.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 minis as it stands right now. Yeah, smart home.
Smart home. This is smart home talk.
30 minutes in, we've done nothing but talk about games we've played and smart home stuff.
Yes, and robot vacuum cleaners.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's the future, folks. Stop fighting it.
We're living in it.
And if you're one of these people who's like, I don't need everything in my house to listen to me all the time, just spare me. I don't need that comment, okay? I know you people exist. It's fine. My father was one of those people for a long time, and I'm happy to report his home is full of Google Homes now. And he spends a lot of time buying smart sockets and light bulbs, and he's all in too. So
me too.
And he was way against it, way against it. So suck it.
I've never been against it. I just never thought it would be something that was relevant to me.
Yeah.
There'll
be a point where you fall down a rabbit hole and get like way too into it, and you have to back up.
The point is it's cool now, though.
Yeah,
it's cool. I do like it.
It's fun.
Smart home stuff. Everything I look for now has to have smart home functionality, or I'm not buying it.
It's become way easier, and most of the items you buy are very simple to set up, and they make you feel very smart.
Yes.
You're like, look at this. I could turn this light off with my voice. But like 4 years ago, that was much harder. Like much harder. Like they've come a long way, and I love how accessible they are now. I love that stuff, and I think it still has a long way to go, but it's getting better all the time. So, and I tell a lot of people this too. The cheaper the product you buy, probably the harder the setup will be. But once it's set up, it'll probably work the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you get a smart socket that makes you have a third-party app and all this stuff, it's fine. Setup's probably a little harder if it's an off-brand, but once it's set up, it'll work fine.
Yeah, everything that I have set up, because I want it to run economically on my Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I've been getting for the smart home, except for the Google, is all the TP-Link stuff.
Those are my favorite plugs. I have 3 of the TP-Link plugs. I have one of the minis, and I have 2 of their older ones.
The older ones are the rectangular ones?
So they look just like the minis. They're just a little bit longer.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they're both rectangle. Casa?
Casa.
Something like that, yeah.
Casa, however the fuck
you say it. Yeah. I like their smart plugs a lot. Like I said, those are the smart plugs of choice. Yeah,
I like
that first one's a mini. It's just a little bit longer. It looks just like that, but a little bit longer. Not the round ones. Those.
Yeah.
It looks just like that. And I like those a lot. I've never had any issues out of them. They work with smart things. They also work with the Echo, which are the 2 requirements I look for most things. They have to work with one of those 2 things in order for it to be voice controlled in my house. The cool thing is, if it works with smart things but doesn't work with the Echo, I can still make it voice controlled because I can control my smart things through my Echo. So
you're not going to find much that doesn't work for both Google and Echo anymore.
No. I mean, everyone understands when you make a product like that, it almost has to have that functionality.
Yeah.
It's super neat. If you're worried about the startup cost, I will say for a couple $100, you can be in it.
Well, let's see. Let's see. And this is, I'm not even going to count my my mesh system for this. So I got $50 in the Googles, 2 Google Minis, so $25 each. I got 1 smart plug and 3 smart bulbs. Smart bulbs were $12 each, or $13 each, and the smart plug was $15. So it's right over $100.
Yeah, $105. So you see these round ones he's got pulled up right now? I have a slew of those things. I keep getting them at the $5 store.
Oh, of those?
Yeah. Yeah, like that third one down, second row, that round one that says Echo and Google Home. I probably got like 10 of those things. I've never even used them. If you want to try those, hit me up.
I'll give them a shot.
Yeah, if you want, I'll send you some of those.
Yeah, I'll try some of those and see. If they don't work, there's no use in having a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, they work. It's one of those deals, though. You have to go set them up through their app. Their app won't be anything like the TP-Link app, but once they're going, they'll be fine.
Right, it won't be anything like that, but once it's set up, that you can then set it up on the Google Home.
Yep, and it'll be fine.
Control it from there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do what we're here to do, and let's talk about video games. I could keep going. I could.
I know. People are probably not going to ever listen to our podcast again. They probably hate us now.
That's fine. I could keep going. And you're in for a real treat because we spent so much time talking about that. We have to breeze through some of these, so you're welcome.
Actually, it's probably some of these news stories you probably prefer the smart home talk.
The first story, we're talking about game release dates for January. It's something that we try to do at the beginning of each month just to remind you guys what's on the horizon. Zero Dawn. So January 2019, January 11th, we're looking at Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey for 3DS. On the 11th, we also have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which I believe includes New Super Mario Bros. And New Luigi Bros. I think both of those on one disc. Those are the Wii U games. They're very, very good. You also have Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch on the 11th. On the 15th, we're getting Onimusha Warlords, which is the remake for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. We're also going to see The Walking Dead, the final episode 3, the final season episode 3. This is exciting because I wonder how it'll be. But that's PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch.
Curious how that's going to get finished off? Yeah,
I am.
I get it.
January 18th, what do you think this is?
Yick. Yick, a postmodern RPG.
Is it Yick or is it Yeez?
It's Yick.
Whatever that is, PS4, PC, and Switch, January 18th. We also have Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. I feel like this game has been in production for like 27 years.
Whoa!
Very VR heavy, though, and I'm kind of want to play it. PS4, Xbox One. I really want to play that thing in VR. It looks fun. We also have Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes for Switch. It is an exclusive, January 18th. A lot of people excited about that one. January 25th, we have RE2 Remake for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, as well as Tropico 6 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And then the big release for January, not for us, but for a lot of people, Kingdom Hearts 3 for PS4, Xbox One on the 29th.
Yep, so I can honestly say there is nothing that I'm not saying there's not some good games on here. There's nothing I'm excited for.
I could do the Mario Bros. Again. It's been so long since I beat that. I don't remember anything about it. I could 100% play Ace Combat. I'll probably wait for it to get cheaper, though. And I love the Tropico games, but I don't have time to play them, right? So I probably won't buy anything on this list either.
I will not either. No worries.
Let's talk about games we don't have to buy, though.
What's up?
Let's talk about games we don't have to buy.
I think we should. First, we'll start with the PS Plus games for January 2019. You've already heard us speak of them a little bit. So, for the PS4, we have Steep, Portal Knights, Amplitude, which is also on the PS3, and Fallen Legion, Flames of the Rebellion, which is crossplay. For the PS3, we have Zone of the Enders HD Collection, and, as we stated, Amplitude. And for the PS Vita, we have Fallen Legion, Flames of the Rebellion, and Super Mutant Alien Assault.
That's a good middle of the road list.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's not super on it. There's stuff that's not crap. It really is very, very much middle of the road, very much something for everybody. Kind of mixing it up a little bit. So, That's a good thing. It's not one of their more stellar lineups, but it's serviceable, I suppose.
I'm very antsy for March to see what they do when they kill off PS3 and Vita.
Right, because I need to see me some VR games.
I think that's what they'll do, and I think it's so smart.
I think they need to.
There needs to be a VR column every month. You're getting 2 VR games. It's super smart. Yep. There's enough games now.
I'm fine with 1.
There's enough games now they can do it, so I hope that they go that direction, and it's so smart if they do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some cheapo stuff.
Oh yeah,
some stuff that's.
But I want to play it all, so.
Right, like Megaton Rainfall. It's not a good game at all. I bought it when it came out and played it because I thought the premise sounded cool. That one should be free.
Patman bought that one too. I didn't buy that one.
When it was, I bought it on flash sale for like $2.99 or something.
I think he bought it when it was full price.
Who?
Patman.
Oh, I didn't. No, I caught it on a flash sale right after I bought VR.
Free games for Xbox One. Games of Gold for January 2019. For Xbox One, January 1st through the 31st, we have Celeste. I'm super pumped about that.
Me too.
January 16th through February 15th, we have World Rally Car 6 FIA World Rally Championship. I shouldn't have done the World Rally Championship because I don't know what FIA stands for. I should have done them both as just letters. I can't even think of what that might stand for.
FIA.
Yeah, I don't know. December 16th through January 15th, we also have Never Alone. For 360, we have Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, January 1st through the 15th, and Far Cry 2, which is timely, January 16th through the 31st. So, again, nice middle-of-the-road list. If you were going to hand a medal out for probably the biggest free game of the month, it would go to Xbox for Celeste.
For Celeste, without a doubt.
But Steep is a cool game to have fun with, too. So Celeste, though, by far the biggest game.
I mean, this game was in the running for a lot of Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm. And it won at a lot of outlets, too. It's cool.
Yes.
It's a cool game.
Yeah. So. Okay. Also, speaking of free games, as long as you spent your little bit of money, Xbox Game Pass January titles for, obviously, the month of January in 2019.
These are new titles that are coming.
New titles coming. On December 20th, we have Life is Strange, the complete season. On December 27th, we have Life is Strange Before the Storm. On January 3rd, you have Life is Strange 2, Part 1, which means over time I've got to believe that eventually you'll get that whole thing free. And Ark, Survival Evolved on January 3rd.
Fucking cool.
Farming, what?
That's cool.
That is cool. Farming Simulator 17, January 3rd.
That's cool.
Ryan thinks that's cool, too. Absolver on January 7th.
Also cool. Want to play that.
Just Cause 3 on January 10th. And Aftercharge on January 10th.
I can tell you this is... So, I'm not going to play Life is Strange. Very appealing, though, that they have everything you need here.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play Ark. I'm excited about that being on there. And Farming Simulator should always be free to everybody because I love that game. And Absolver is one I wanted to mess around with and just never have. So I think it's a pretty good list.
Yeah. Xbox continue to doing good things with Game Pass. You really can't knock them for anything they're doing with it.
This next story is weird.
I don't know what to do with this.
I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, I feel like I got burned on it a little bit.
Slightly Mad Studios. They announced, more specifically, their CEO, Ian Bell, revealed that the company is developing a standalone console to compete with PlayStation and Xbox. Now, I'm going to give you a second to let that soak in. They're making a fucking console. Making a competitor to the big boys. The first mention of the console came via Twitter when Bell tweeted, "The Mad Box is coming." Bell told Variety that the Mad Box will probably release in about 3 years and support 120 frames per second for virtual reality play. It will support most major VR headsets and the specs will be equivalent to a very fast PC 2 years from now. So he's saying at the time that it launches, you're talking about a year-old technology, which would certainly be better than what you see out of most Xbox and PlayStation. I think they will soon learn there's a reason for that.
Yes.
The architecture is just a little bit different for a console, but obviously when they say that it will work with most VR headsets, they're talking about it not working with PlayStation VR.
I would imagine so,
if there's anyone curious there. They plan to release it worldwide, and they also plan for it to be priced competitively. I don't know what that means. They have multiple investors already offering the required funding to see the product to completion. And they did release pictures also
Uh-huh.
Do not like the design.
You don't like the M?
I don't like the M. I don't know where you set that. It also can't have anything right beside it because it's got these flaps that come
flaps
down.
That kick out on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The cursive M flaps.
It has some kind of creature on the side. Some sort of varmint.
That's slightly mad.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Here's the thing. It's 2019. You don't have to shape it like the letter of it that it's called. I don't need the Xbox to be a giant X.
That'd be cool, though.
Would it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it would or not.
It would.
I don't know. I don't know how hard it is to get into the console. Well, let me rephrase that. It's very hard to get in the console game. I don't know how hard it is to make a good console, but there seems to be a reason that everyone else just fucking crashes and burns with it.
Yeah, Steambox went nowhere. Ooh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
I still like the Ooh, yeah, but...
Also, you're talking about a studio who previously made games.
Uh-huh.
I think that probably gives them a little bit of a leg up. This looks like a Steam box to me. I don't know what market this lands in. It needs to not look like a fucking M, though, if you're listening to me. Just put it in a box. That's cost more to make it like that, and there's no reason for it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Competition is always good, but I don't know.
I don't have a problem with the competition. It doesn't need to look like that.
You have such a problem with the looks. You're so shallow.
It doesn't need... That is overly complicated, and as someone who knows nothing about manufacturing, I would bet the farm that costs more to make than a square box.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
It looks like it has lights on it on the front. Take all that LEDs. Shit away.
You don't need all that. You're right.
Definitely
I agree with that.
Take that varmint off the side.
No, I like the varmint. That's their logo, dude.
Shit, fuck that logo.
That's their logo. They gotta...
I mean, they're the studio that brought you Project Cars. I mean, their attention to detail is available for anyone to see. I mean, obviously they care about the products they work on.
Right, and they got that sweet ass varmint there.
But I just don't know.
I like the varmint.
I don't.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on the varmint.
It looks like
agree that doesn't need to be a giant cursive M.
It looks like a possum from Fallout.
You say that like it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad if it's on the side of something I have to put in my living room where other adults will walk by it.
I don't have to. I got my own little room.
Yeah, I'll spill out
I'm
into
good.
the whole home. Anyways,
what's wrong with the varmint for the adults? That's right. It's how you hold on to your childhood.
Oh, I get it. It's shaped like a big M. It's like, all right, well, okay. That's fine. And it's got a Pumbaa that looks like he went through radioactive wasteland.
Just tell him it's a hookah.
I'd rather have the Mad Box in there. Rather tell him what it really is. On to a story that warms my heart.
It's crazy.
Pokemon Go made nearly $800 million last year.
Jesus.
Some would say that it all has to do with Niantic's steady rollout of new content. Some would say it has to do with the staying power of Pokemon as a brand, and some would say that there is a void when it comes to compelling, good, ongoing mobile games.
And some would say that all three of those are probably truthful reasons for why Pokemon Go is so successful.
Yeah. Now get yourself somewhere where you can clean the floor up, because you're gonna maybe shit your pants when I go through some of these numbers. Daily spending on Pokemon Go was up last year as well. The game generated on average $2.2 million per day. 2.2 million. How would you like to have made something and be like, oh, $2 million. Oh, $2 million. Oh, $2 million.
It'd be okay.
That's insane. Players also spent more than $75 million on the game in the month of December alone, between Google Play and the App Store, up $57.2 million from the same month in 2017, where it sounds like they were just really struggling then too.
Yeah, hurting. They're in a bad place.
These figures are impressive, especially when you think back to what a boom they had when it started and how hard it fell off, and then how bad they messed up that Pokemon Festival.
And
the Pokemon Fire Festival.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I like how everything that fucked up now will be the Fire Festival. That's forever a joke of a festival.
Yes.
any festival that gets messed up will have that in there. Like Ja Rule presents the Pokemon Festival.
What island was that on? Somewhere?
I don't know. It didn't matter.
It was like on a... Yeah.
It was like three
True, it didn't matter. Fair enough.
There was like 3 hurricane relief tents and some Wonder Bread sandwiches.
Right.
What a disaster. Hats off to Niantic, the Pokemon company. And I know that I have recently started playing again, and Gerald's been playing since the summer. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I've not been playing at all.
Yeah, it's just like it was. On from one story that made no sense to another that makes no sense. Ninja made almost $10 million last year.
He's a successful dude.
Yep. 2018 was a big year for streamer Ninja, whose real name is Tyler Blevins. Obviously, we all know who Ninja is at this point. But he told CNN during an interview that he made nearly $10 million in 2018, and that 70% of his revenue came from Twitch and YouTube. Through ads and subscriptions, with the remainder coming from sponsorships and deals with companies like Samsung, Uber Eats, and Red Bull. The 10 million figure cited in the CNN piece is likely pre-tax, so more than likely he did not take home that much, but he's probably not hurting for money.
I would imagine.
In March, Ninja had said that he was making around $500,000 every month from his various revenue sources. So the math kind of checks out.
That's crazy.
Ninja told CNN that he spends around 12 hours each day streaming, and in 2018 he estimates he played 4,000 hours of Fortnite. That's about 140 days worth of time, so anyone that says he doesn't put in the work can go to hell.
Yeah, is full of shit.
Yeah. Congrats to him.
Yeah, good job, Tyler Blevins.
He is the guy who was doing it before he was popular.
Yes.
Before he was famous, before he made $10 million, so he's not an overnight success. So hard work can pay off, especially if you end up playing with Drake.
That helps a lot.
And Juju Smith-Schuster. But yeah, I don't have a problem with Ninja. He seems like an okay guy.
Yeah. He doesn't have near the... There's been a few small, minor issues, but he doesn't have near the kind of...
He's not PewDiePie.
Controversies,
right.
Yes, that some of these other people do.
And by all accounts and everything I've seen him in, when he's not playing a character, like he seems like a normal person.
Right.
I think he does well in the things he does. Like, obviously they have him around to do to present awards, and he's a part of every show for some reason, and I think he does pretty well on all of them.
Yeah.
So, good job. On to the third story that makes no sense. Jack Black has started a gaming channel on YouTube, and it's already massively popular. Actor, singer,
and it hasn't even uploaded any substantial content yet.
Yeah, actor, singer, star of such hits like Brutal Legend. Jack Black has launched a YouTube channel dedicated in part to gaming, and it's called Jablinski Games. Jablinski Games. He launched it December 21st. And it took him just 1 week to hit 1 million subscribers. After 10 more days, the channel is now up to 2.5 million subscribers. So he's definitely off to a good start. Probably jokingly, Black said Jablinski Games will be bigger than Ninja and PewDiePie. He plans to upload new videos every Friday. And in addition to games, Black will also focus on food and life.
Nice.
His second video, released on December 25th, was posted in celebration of reaching 1 billion or 1 million subscribers.
Yes, he doesn't really have any substantial content up yet.
Nope.
He's already got some followers.
It's almost like he was famous before he started this.
You think? I know, what?
Such a weird story because Chris Pratt could start a YouTube channel where he takes a dump on camera and he's going to get 2.5 million subscribers. So it's not crazy that this is happening.
That's a fetish, though. That's kind of some people are into that. That's a fetish thing.
Yeah, some people.
So yeah, they would.
Wink. I saw that wink. So,
it was no.
I saw the wink. It's fine. Some people.
Shh! Don't tell.
Jack Black definitely looks like he lives in the woods too. Can we agree on that?
He has yeah, he's made some changes.
That look right there tells you two things: he's extremely rich or doesn't give two shits,
and
he's broke or rich.
Both.
Right. That look right there is broke or rich. That's not middle income look. Because you still have to get a job, middle income.
I mean, he was just in what, Jumanji? He was just in that Jumanji movie, right?
Yeah, that movie was all right, too.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't bad.
It looks all right.
I saw it not long ago, and I'm like, it's fun. It's family friendly. It's okay. I'll tell you what, The Rock, I'm tired of people shitting on The Rock.
Who shits on The Rock?
I hear people all the time like, his movies aren't good. Stop seeing them then. His movies are exactly what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to. Just like back in the fucking 80s. I dare you to find one of those Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that was actually a good movie.
What a specimen of a man there. Look at that rock right there.
Okay, calm down, bud.
We're not the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Who, you and The Rock?
Yeah. Like, it's hard to believe that we're both the same thing.
The same species?
Yeah, look at that. The man can fill out a shirt, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, he's large, yeah, but there's a lot of work that goes into
yeah,
that.
he starts his day at like 2 o'clock so he can hit the gym. I'm not saying he doesn't work hard for it. But I just keep hearing people who are like, his movies suck. It's like, okay, that's fine. They're supposed to. They're not supposed to suck, but they're supposed to be like good, fun times.
They're just supposed to be serviceable movies that make tons of money.
Yeah.
They're fun when you're watching them, and then they're easily forgettable.
Yep. He's a good dude.
That's what they're supposed to be.
He's also a good dude.
Right.
And I also like that him and Kevin Hart are like best buds. That seems fun also.
Did you see the one where they interview each other as the other one?
I don't think so.
I can't remember what it was on, but yeah, Kevin Hart was interviewing The Rock with The Rock. Well, Kevin Hart was acting like The Rock, interviewing The Rock.
Oh, I think I did see it. Yeah, I think I saw
Kevin Hart.
I don't think I saw the whole
vice
thing.
Versa.
Yeah, I think I saw part of it. That Popeye outfit.
I know.
That outfit's a little silly, but he would make a good Popeye.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he'd be fine. He'll make a good anything.
No, because Popeye only has the big forearms. He's not jacked like that.
So jacked. The story's about Smart Home and The Rock. And when we say The Rock, we mean Dwayne Johnson and also the movie starring Nick Cage. Both Rocks is what we're talking about.
Or starring Sean Connery.
He was in it too. He was in it too. But mostly Nick Cage.
Mostly Sean Connery.
That movie's still okay.
Yeah, that movie holds up.
That's gonna.
You know what other movie holds up that I watched the other day? Drive Angry.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever.
God, I love that movie.
Forever. That's gonna do it for us. That's it. Which went through this whole show.
It's all done.
It's about 60% Smart Home. Smart Home for beginner too. It's not. We weren't even high level talk.
No.
This is your home automation update.
We were guiding you through it.
Nope, not even that. We didn't even really offer any advice. We didn't. It was nothing other than a conversation.
We just talked about what we do.
Yeah, between two people who like that kind of stuff. So if it inspired you to buy it though, or you do have questions, I am not an expert. You can find plenty of experts talking about it, but I will tell you about my experiences and answer anything that you have if you have questions. So reach out to me.
As will I.
On Twitter at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan. Producer Gerald is at Hoffin Show. Or Ho Effin Show. I'll say it right once.
Ho Effin Show.
Yep. But it's mostly Hoffin Show. And if you don't understand, it's H-O-F-F-E-N-S-H-O. Hoffen Show.
Hoffen Show.
So check him out on there. Check me out if you have questions, and also wait 6 to 8 months for me to get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And check Dan out.
Possibly longer.
If you want to check everybody out, we're at Game_Stitch. There's a lot of Twitter stuff there. That's pretty much it. Do you have anything you want to add?
I do not.
Again, I want to wish everyone well for 2019. Be a nice person. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Yeah, try to not add to that.
Come on, people.
Now.
Smile on your brother.
Yeah, there you go. I assume that you're the Chris Gaines version.
No.
Remember Chris Gaines?
I remember Chris Gaines. I hate you for mentioning him right now.
Oh, man. What a weird thing. Look at that. Yeah.
That's where Jack Black's at now.
Look at Chris Gaines. Look at that fourth one over, man. Would you know that was him if you didn't know?
Probably. It's hard to tell.
I forgot he went with the soul patch. Yeah, because now you can't not see Garth Brooks when you look at him.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot he went with the soul patch.
But I suppose it might have been tough.
What a weird thing. Huh.
Yeah, I know. What a weirdo.
Yeah. I like him. I like that he did that.
I'll tell you what, he sure couldn't get away with it now.
No. He is morphed into that right there. Yeah, I like Garth.
I can give or take Garth.
That picture, that's a picture of a mouth breather right there.
Which one? Oh yeah, no.
As a mouth breather, I know that look. Just getting a little oxygen.
There he is, sweating just like you.
Yeah. It's like we're the same person. All right, it's going to do it for us. This is episode 312. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Gerald. Take us out. I don't know what that means, but...